What's up everyone? John Brittinger from Techno Buffalo here with an unboxing for you of the latest from Samsung. This is the Galaxy Note Edge. It's got a few tricks up its sleeve. It's a close cousin of the Galaxy Note 4, save for a rounded edge on the side, which is used as a secondary screen. I'm really excited to take a look at this and see if it's just a gimmick or actually provides some utility. Let's go ahead and get started. So here's the box for the Galaxy Note Edge. Gone is the fake wood we've seen on previous generations. This is the T-Mobile version. It's going to be coming to Sprint, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon. Got a bit of an E hidden on there. Samsung Galaxy Note Edge. Specs on the back, but you're not here to read. You're here for me to tell you what's inside the box, what them specs are. So let's go ahead and pull the sleeve off. We've got kind of a mirror image right there. This is sent to us from our friends at Samsung. I'm really excited to see this. Todd Hazelton had a couple times had the opportunity to have his hands on it with it, but I have not. Let's go ahead and pop this off dramatically. You could just feel the drama. And here is the Samsung Galaxy Note Edge, and there is what its namesake is. That is the Edge. Feels really nice in the hand. I push it off to the side real fast. I will come back to you, I promise. My sweet Edge, baby. So what else we're going to have inside of the box? We've got welcome, start guide, merchandise return label, some T-Mobile terms and conditions. We've got a Samsung wall wart with USB, adaptive fast charging, so that's nice, something new there. We've got a white charging and sync cable. We've got... I always wonder what this thing is. This is actually to remove the tip of the S Pen, as well as some extra S Pen tips, and some headphones with inline microphone and different size ear gel in case you got giant or baby ears. But this sweet thing is why we are here. Let's go ahead and pull this off. Oh, that was a pretty satisfying whooshy noise. Let me go ahead and try and find the power button on the right hand side. It's not going to be there. It lives on top. I'm going to go ahead and boot this guy up here and run through all the specs on the Galaxy Note Edge. All right, we got the sucker all booted up, and look at that. It's got a screen on the side. It's 160 pixels. But before I just start talking about that crazy thing going on, let me run through all the specs of this guy right here. So this main screen is a 5.6-inch screen with a resolution of 2560 by 1440. If you can have a good memory or do quick math, that's a 525 ppi. It also makes it 0.1 inches smaller than its close cousin, the Galaxy Note 4. We'll do a quick comparison with that at the end of the video. It is a Quad HD screen. It's Super AMOLED, so colors should look really bright. The Galaxy Note 4 screen, I think, is one of the best screens that I've seen in recent history, so I assume it's going to look as good here. Android 4.4 at launch. Powering this guy is a 2.7 gigahertz quad-core processor. It's got pretty much every spec you could think of, including 3 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of internal storage, but of course you can just go ahead and expand that with external up to 128 gigs. On the back, you have camera. That is a 16 megapixel camera. It also has smart optical image stabilization. It can do 4K video. It also has a camera on the front, which lives right there. It's a 2.7 megapixel camera. It can do 90-degree selfies, or if you want to get a whole bunch of friends in, 120-degree wide selfies. 3,000 milliamp hour battery in here with fast charging. All the latest wireless stuff you'd expect. 802.11 ABGN and AC with 2x2 MIMO, so it should be really, really fast. All right, but enough about the specs. Let's just talk about this crazy screen on the side here. So you can set it up a lot of different ways, and they have opened up APIs to do a lot of different things here. So maybe I'll just turn it a little bit to get a better angle so you can see what this thing does. So it is a curved screen, which is really neat. So you can use it just like icon shortcuts, and you can sort of jump into different things. If I want to jump into messaging, I just go ahead and tap it, just like I had an icon on my home screen. Opens it up right there. Nothing sort of revolutionary, I guess, from the icon segment, but you can do a lot of other stuff with it. If you swipe from this way, you can see sort of different options that you've got set up. Samsung's got some predetermined ones for you. You can go ahead and keep swiping. Then you've got some weather, some T-Mobile stuff, and text messages. If you go ahead and swipe down from the top, you can jump into some kind of cool stuff here. So let's say you want to see how big something is. Hey, go ahead and make that a ruler. Let's say you want to set it as a stopwatch, and go ahead and do that. You can do all kinds of cool little things here with it that Samsung kind of is built right in, which I think is really neat. One of my favorites, though, is probably the alarm functionality. You can use it just as an alarm clock and just have that part on at night. It's pretty neat. If you swipe up the other direction, that's where you're going to get access to the settings. You go ahead and hit that little gear icon. This is where you can see what it's going to show. These are edge screens. You can manage your panels, do all kinds of other stuff right here, including that cool night clock mode I mentioned. Let's go ahead and rotate 180 degrees. Let's go ahead and see what other panels we're going to have available to us. And there are quite a bit of them. So you can see you've got some for music, you've got some for stocks, you've got some for social media, some for sports. It's probably what I would use it for, and a few other options here as well. And hopefully more will be coming. And you can still download more as well from Samsung if you choose to. So a lot of things you can do here with that screen. I'm not sure yet if it's going to be sort of useful or just kind of a cool novelty to have. I will say though, while the curved screen is very cool, you do have to make a few sacrifices to have sort of that nice novelty. First, you do not have the power button on the right hand side. It now lives on top, which is kind of hard to reach with a 5.6-inch screen. Also, it can make holding it a bit awkward. You might accidentally hit or touch one of those icons or start scrolling. So you have to be a little bit more aware of that as you use the device. Let's do a sort of rest of the tour here. You've got that one main home button down at the bottom. You've got a back button and you've got your multitasking button living right there in case you want to jump into that. On the left hand side, you're going to have your volume rocker, and that is going to be about it. On top, that's where your power button's going to live, 3.5mm headset jack. You've got some microphones on there as well. On the bottom, that's where your charge and sync port live, as well as the S Pen. The back is, of course, removable. It's that same sort of soft touch, almost fake leather that we've seen on the Note 4, which I really liked. It has definitely a premium look to it, and I kind of dig what the top looks like with that cool angle. I give Samsung a ton of credit for trying something new here. Whether you want this or don't want this, sort of they've left it up to you. If it's not something that you want, they offer the Galaxy Note 4, which is almost an identical device, save for that screen. But they're trying something new. And I really have to sort of applaud Samsung for trying to bring new technology to the market. I'm sure it'll get more useful as we get sort of more and more in depth with it and as developers get their hands on the devices. But it's something neat and it's something new and something we haven't seen before. So again, I think Samsung should be applauded for doing that. The rest of the stuff is pretty standard, what we've seen. It's almost exactly the same on the Galaxy Note 4. But of course, we will put this guy through a full battery of tests, mostly just checking that side little screen. So I do want to do a real quick size comparison with the Galaxy Note 4. These two are very closely related, save for 0.1 inches smaller and that 160 pixel side screen, spec for spec, almost identical. So here's what they look like side by side in case you wanted to cross shop. When you go ahead and stack them, we look at sort of the left side of both devices. Very similar story there on each. On the right hand side though, things a little bit different. Don't have a power and lock button here on the edge, but you do have the 160 pixel screen. On the top, power and lock button on the edge, but certainly they look almost identical. And same thickness that we've got on both. So in case you want to figure out which device is right for you, go to the store. It's going to be available on all 4 major US carriers. Pick one up and see if you can pick the right one that is going to be for you. Till next time, I'm John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo. Of course, check us out at technobuffalo.com for the latest and greatest tech news. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. We are people just like you who love technology. If you want to keep up on the latest in the world of consumer electronics, hit the big subscription button right down below. If you want to see us play games, although admittedly sometimes very poorly, check out our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/technobuffalo.